Hey there, welcome to the channel. If you've ever been curious about the difference between deferred compensation and defined contribution plans, then this video is definitely for you. Today, we're diving into the world of retirement plans to figure out which one might be best for you. Spoiler alert, one could be your ticket to an epic retirement party, while the other might leave you Googling how to make money in retirement. But hey, don't worry. We'll break it all down so you'll be the master of your retirement by the end of this video. And by the way, if you're new here, hit that like button, subscribe, and make sure you share this with anyone who's been scratching their head about retirement plans. Trust me, they'll thank you later when they're lounging by the pool with a cool drink in hand. Let's get started, shall we? All right, let's kick things off by talking about deferred compensation. No, this doesn't mean you've been secretly paid in invisible money or anything weird like that. Deferred compensation is actually a really smart financial strategy that's used by employees, especially those in higher income brackets, to save money on taxes and build wealth over time. Picture this. You're getting paid a big paycheck, but instead of getting it all now, you decide to hold off on receiving some of it. Sounds like a good deal, right? You get to enjoy your money later and pay fewer taxes today. So how does it work? In simple terms, deferred compensation is when a portion of your salary or bonus is set aside to be paid to you in the future, usually after retirement or when you hit a specific date that you and your employer agree on. It's typically offered by employers as a way to reduce taxable income for high earners. This is why it's often seen in the context of executive compensation packages, but it's not exclusive to CEOs. Some companies offer deferred compensation to regular employees as well. Now let's talk about the benefits of deferred compensation. First off, if you're making a lot of money right now, deferring some of that income until later can lower your taxable income today. So you're not paying as much in taxes right now, and you can invest the deferred amount and let it grow until you need it later. Kind of like setting aside a bit of your money in a time capsule, only you're not burying it in the backyard, you're putting it in an investment vehicle and letting it grow for the future. However, there are some important caveats to deferred compensation. For one, you don't actually own the money until it's paid out. So if your company goes under or runs into financial trouble, you could lose it. This is why deferred compensation is considered unsecured. And here's another thing to keep in mind. You can't access your deferred compensation until the time you and your employer agreed upon, which means it's not as flexible as some other options like a 401k. So if you're thinking, hey, I need that extra cash right now, think again. Okay, now let's talk about the other side of the coin. Defined contribution plans. This one is probably a little more familiar to you. If you have a 401k or a 403b, then you're already contributing to a defined contribution plan, and you might not even realize it. Simply put, a defined contribution plan is a type of retirement plan where you, the employee, contribute a set amount of money into the plan, and that amount is usually based on your salary or income. Your employer might also pitch in with a matching contribution. Sweet, right? Depending on the plan details. So, unlike deferred compensation, where the company holds on to part of your income for a future payout, with a defined contribution plan, you own the money that you contribute, and you're in control of how it gets invested. It's all about building wealth for retirement. Think of it like a piggy bank. Only this piggy bank is online and you're putting money into it directly from your paycheck, and it's invested in things like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or whatever you choose. The key here is that in a defined contribution plan, the employer's contribution is usually optional. If they offer a match, great. If not, it's all on you. But the beauty of a defined contribution plan is that you have control over your investments, and you can pick the ones that align with your financial goals. Also, these plans are portable. If you change jobs, you can typically roll over your account to another employer's plan or to an IRA without paying taxes or penalties. This gives you more flexibility compared to deferred compensation, which is tied to your employer. However, the downside to a defined contribution plan is that you bear the investment risk. If your investments don't perform well, you might end up with less money than you anticipated for retirement. Unlike a defined benefit pension plan, which we'll talk about another day, the outcome is not guaranteed. It all depends on how well your investments do. Now that we've broken down both of these plans, it's time to compare them side by side. Let's talk about the key differences so you can figure out which one is the best fit for you. With a deferred compensation plan, you typically don't have as much control. The company sets the terms and you're agreeing to defer a certain amount of your salary. On the flip side, with a defined contribution plan, you have full control over your contributions and how they're invested. So if you're the type of person who likes to take the reins on their retirement savings, the defined contribution plan might be a better fit. Both of these plans offer tax-deferred benefits. With deferred compensation, you get the tax break today by deferring the income. Similarly, with a defined contribution plan, like a 401k, you reduce your taxable income now, but you pay taxes when you take the money out in retirement. However, with deferred compensation, your company controls the timing of the payout, so taxes might hit you all at once in the future, potentially in a higher tax bracket. So let's say you're a high earner. It's kind of like having your cake now, tax savings today, and saving some for the party later. But no promises on the cake not being eaten by your employer's risk management department. With deferred compensation, you have limited access to your funds until the set date. However, with a defined contribution plan, you can generally access your money once you retire, though you can also take out loans or hardship withdrawals depending on the plan rules. The downside is that you may incur penalties or taxes if you pull the money too soon. So let's quickly summarize the pros and cons of each. Deferred compensation pros: great for high earners looking to reduce taxable income today. Employer-based plans can offer flexible payout options down the road. Tax-deferred growth, meaning you can watch your money grow without paying taxes until later. Deferred compensation cons: risky. If your employer goes bust, you may lose the money. Limited access to your funds until the agreed-upon payout time. You have to trust that the company will honor the agreement. Defined contribution plan pros: full control over contributions and investments. Portability: you can roll over your account if you change jobs. Employer matching can help you grow your savings faster. Defined contribution plan. Cons: you bear the investment risk, your retirement is in your hands. Lower contribution limits compared to some other plans. There may be penalties if you withdraw early. All right, folks, there you have it. The ultimate showdown between deferred compensation and defined contribution plans. So which one do you think is better for you? Do you like control and flexibility, or are you more interested in lowering your taxable income today? Drop a comment below and let us know your thoughts. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Share this with someone you think needs a little help in deciding which retirement plan is best for them. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on future videos. Until next time, happy saving, and here's to building your retirement dreams, one smart choice at a time.